making fun of you.
Sure.
Want me to do that again?
No, let's going.
Okay. Well, of course it's going, but you can edit this out.
It'll be our zombie sound to open the episode.
Should it be? You want me to do it again?
No.
Okay. I don't even know what to say.
Did you forget how to do it again?
No, I know how to do that, you fucking idiot. God.
It's happened once before.
No, it's not. I mean, yes, it has, but I know what I'm doing. Welcome back to Certified Beef into Halloween night. Certified Beef takeover. Spooky. Me and Brandon are doing a Halloween takeover. It's gonna be spooky, scary. Skeletons
Skeletons.
sent shivers down my spine. No, we're gonna be doing some spooky stuff going on right now. All right, Brandon. How spooky are we gonna get?
uh, I don't know because this isn't super spooky, but I feel like since Halloween is kind of in our blood, since Anoka is the Halloween capital of the world, felt like we gotta do something a little special for Halloween. So I came up with a thing. We're going over the scary good and the dreadfully bad. Insert sound effect, whatever. Um,
Is that a movie? The Scary Good and the Dreadfully Bad.
no, I think you're thinking of the
Where is
good, the
that
bad, the
from?
ugly.
Yeah, definitely thinking of that. Is that just? I feel like I've heard that before. Though Scary Good and Dreadfully Bad.
Maybe you have. I don't know. But so uh just got set up. We know or first off, we're just gonna be saying scary good. These are the players and teams that have been performing above average and or just played off the charts above expectations, like way exceed expectations. Dreadfully bad is the players or teams that have are way below standards and are just playing awful. Again, expectations wise. And since the NBA and NHL are only just getting started, these will be knee jerk reactions. There will be two teams and two players for each category. So two players and scared good from the MLB. Repeat that for dreadfully bad, whatever, down the line. So, do you have yours in the same order as I do? The NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we will start with the scary good players. We're gonna start with the NFL. Who is your first scary good player?
I'm gonna go with Josh Jacobs.
That's a good pick.
He's started off the year kind of just like average, but he's picked it up like immensely. His last 4 weeks, really not much expectations going into this season, especially with the Raiders not picking up his 5th year option. So they really were just like, oh, it's time for you to prove it, or else we're not going to sign you. And after these past 4 weeks, if he keeps it up, I think that they should definitely pay him some money. Not like a lot, because I don't think he's top five worthy money, but definitely a decent paycheck.
That is a good pick. My first scary good player. It's gonna be Geno Smith,
I thought
quarterback
about putting him on here.
for the Seattle Seahawks. Incredible start for him. I believe he is still leading the NFL in passing percentage, completion percentage by a decent margin. He is seventh in passing yards. He is just killing it for the Seahawks. The Seahawks, we had no expectations for them going into the season, and they are doing amazing right now. And a big reason is Geno Smith being consistent, not making too many mistakes, helping that offense win some ball games.
Mm-hmm. He's also like top five in QBR and passer rating, I'm pretty sure. So, which is really good.
Who's your second person on your list?
Um, Mine
Scary good.
is Von Miller.
Oh,
Von Miller has been playing generally 35 to 50% of the snaps, and through 6 weeks, he has 6 sacks, which is crazy. I mean, he did play a lot against the Chiefs just because they needed him, but generally going up into that game, he was playing 35 to 50% of the snaps to keep him fresh. And for him to have 6 sacks and be, I think, tied for third or something like that in sacks on the season is pretty impressive.
for my second scary good player, I went with Tyreek Hill of the Dolphins. Again, another player for the studs and duds in the beginning of the year. I thought he was going to regress a lot with Tua as his quarterback. Proved me wrong so far. Love to see it. Leading the league in receptions and yards, over 100 yards more than Cooper Cup. Um, Not as many TDs as you'd maybe like to see, but he is still balling out right now and way above expectations for me for him this season. All right. Scary good team number one for you.
Oh, we're doing team. We're going player, then
Well,
team,
keep it
then
by
player, then
league.
team.
Yeah, keep it by
Fine.
league.
I mean, I got to go with the G, man. The Giants. I mean, not much to say here, but I mean, just absolutely outdoing expectations. Um, yeah, 5 game winning drives for Daniel Jones. He might set a record for like most game winning drives in a season at this rate. I think it's like 8, and I'm pretty sure it's Derek Carr Stafford that holds that record. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's somewhere around there. I'm gonna look it up after once Brandon goes, but I will let you know. But I'm pretty sure it's Derek Carr Stafford with like 8 or 9 in a season.
I am also going with the Giants as my number one team. Like you said, doing great, doing things. Big balls, Brian leading that team uh to a winning record 6-1 right now. Not there's not too much wrong with it right now. Saquon is looking like an offensive player of the year candidate. He'll probably win comeback player of the year now because yeah, he got injured last season, right? Yeah,
Who did?
Saquon.
Oh my god, I actually am a genius. Sorry, yeah, okay, yeah, no, yeah, you go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, Saquon got injured last year, right?
No, he played. He was just not really healthy.
Oh,
So no, he won't win comeback player of the
okay.
year.
Wasn't a long term injury situation. Okay, whatever. He's looking like an offensive player of the year candidate, top three right now for sure. Um, Leading the team, the defense is playing very well. Still, obviously, with all teams, room for improvement, but you can't. If you're a Giants fan, you can't be mad at this team right now.
Mm-mm. Okay, so I was right. Stafford has had 8 in 2016, the most in a season, and then also in the same season, Derek Carr had 7, which is second all time in a
Oh,
season. So I just like big brain the fuck out of that. Um,
who's your
all right,
second team?
I'm gonna go with the Vikings. This I didn't have much expectations for this team because I had no idea what to expect, and I definitely think that people definitely didn't have them going this being this good into the bye. Um, they're sitting at what, a 3.5 game lead. Not technically, if you look at record wise, because technically they would only have a 2.5 game lead over the Packers, but they and the Bears, but they do have a game in hand. So technically, it's kind of a 3.5 game lead going into weeks. That's through 7 weeks. They have a 3.5 game lead in the division, and yeah, I don't think many people saw them kind of just like being this good and being this high. It had this having this high of a lead in the division at all. So yeah, I think the Vikings are definitely a scary good team that people did not expect.
I am going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. We did have high expectations for them, but I did not think they would come out of the gates this fast. Um, Trading for AJ Brown, excellent move. Defense been great. Signing James Bradbury, Darius Slay has been a different level this year. It's all going right for Nick Sirianni and the Philadelphia Eagles. I think I the only problem is the Giants are right on their tail, so it's not like they can just slip up a little bit because they are right there. So gonna be an interesting division to watch because even the Cowboys are not too far behind.
Yeah, my only contradiction to that, why I would not consider them a scary good team is just like expectation wise, is just because their schedule is like by far the easiest in the NFL. And I think that's something you definitely have to put into it because if you look at who they played, the Vikings are considered the best team they played so far. And yeah, they did blow them out, but that I think that's like by far and away the best team they played. I know they played the Cowboys, which they played them close. I know it's a divisional game, but then you look at the rest of their schedule. I would say that the Cowboys are again the hardest, or the Giants are the hardest teams they have to play, and those are in division. So that is why I would contradict that, but I see your point.
But you still have to win football games, no matter who you're playing. You still got to go out and win
Yeah,
the
that's
game.
but still this team's had was supposed to be good, and they are good. So that's what I'm saying. Like it died. That's why I'm saying like expectation wise, like they like this team. They people were saying that they could come off the gates hot because they saw what they had as a roster, and they're like, yes, this team has the ability to. I think more is expectation wise is that Jalen Hurts is outperforming his expectations more than the team. That's what I would say. I
But
don't think the team is outperforming their expectations because I don't think this is by far like it's crazy what they've done.
also my expectations for this team, like going back to the record predictions, I have them at like 11-6, and they only need 5 more
Oh.
wins to get to that.
I
So
guess for me, I guess I don't because I had them going 6-0 into the bye, so I guess I don't really. That's why I don't see them as exceeding expectations.
that
Plus,
is
like
fair.
around the league wise, I don't think people really saw them having that much of a hiccup going. Because if you look at the teams they played, they played. We talked about this yesterday, and I already fucking forgot. Like week
Uh,
one, they didn't play anyone good. I don't think.
and then they
Fuck.
played the Jaguars, and like
They
in
could play
week
the
3.
Cardinals, who aren't that good.
Yeah.
Like they just haven't played. Who the fuck did they play week one again? I don't know.
Oh, the Lions.
Yeah, and they pretty much killed them. And
I
then
thought it
they
was a
made
close game. Wasn't it a
well,
close game?
it was, but it wasn't because the Lions made like a comeback. They had to make a
Oh,
comeback. So they were like blitzing them, and then the Lions made that fourth quarter push, and then but yeah, if you look at like the teams they played, they haven't played anyone. Is basically what I'm saying. But it's here nor
that's
there.
fair.
So
Yeah. Borderline, borderline. But all right, moving on to the dreadfully bad side of things. Players that are doing a lot worse than we thought they would. Starting with you, who's your first player in dreadfully bad?
Aaron Rodgers, pretty self-explanatory. He's been fucking awful. No matter how bad his team has also been playing, he is not playing good himself, and he's not taking any accountability for that, which is not surprising at all for him. But yeah, no, he's been awful, and I expect him to continue that because he won't take any accountability for it, like he never does. So
My first player is Matt Ryan. Uh Big recency bias here, having him benched for Sam Ellinger. Coming up in this next, or I guess this past week when this comes out on Halloween. Uh so we'll see how that experiment goes, but like we expected him to come over to the Colts and provide that offense boost over Carson Wentz. And yes, he is fifth, I believe, in passing right now, but still he leads the league, or he's fourth, but he leads the league in fumbles, not lost, but still fumbles forced from him. It's insanely bad how his ball control is insanely bad. It's just not looking good for Matty Ice. Like, is this gonna be his last season, or do you think
I
another
don't
team's
know.
gonna give him a chance?
I don't know. I'm still really confused why people really think that they were going to be that much better with him than Carson Wentz. because Carson Wentz didn't even play that bad last year. He played bad in the game that they needed to win, and that's literally why that people like shit on him. But I think that he got the bad. I think Carson Wentz got a bad rap for what he did last year.
Probably. All right. What is your second player?
Mine is Jonathan Taylor. He's been very underwhelming. I know he's been hurt a little bit. He missed, I think, 2 games, but in his games that he's played, he really hasn't done much. I don't even know if he has 100-yard rushing game. So yeah, I don't know. He's just been miserable after being the NFL leading rusher last year, #1 in fantasy. He's been nothing but abysmal.
That is fair. Not looking back at it, not worth the #1 overall pick in fantasy drafts by far.
No,
All
nope.
right. My second player comes from the defensive side, still a very good player, but having a down year. It's Jalen Ramsey. It's you usually think of him as the top corner in the league. He is by far one of the best defenders in the league in general. And this year he is having an off season. I know he's got burnt more than a few times, especially in the opening game against the Bills. He did not look good at all. So, like he's still ranked like the 25th best player on defense in the entire NFL, but that's not good enough for Jalen Ramsey. Like you expect him to be at least top 10 each and every year. All right. Dreadfully bad teams. #1.
The Packers, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. They had high expectations still going in, and they're fucking awful.
That's all.
That's all I gotta say.
Perfect. All right. I
Oh,
oh
also, they need to. Okay, sorry, I will say something. They're literally just stupid. Um, I don't know what Matt LaFleur is doing. Just like not playing to their strengths. Like even Rodgers is saying, "What the fuck are we doing on the field?" Like they don't run the ball. That's literally what they should be doing because they have no receivers to pass the ball to. They run 0 routes past 10 yards down the field. They run a dink and dunk offense, which is like one of the easiest things to guard in the NFL once you keep doing it. Like you can do it and then have to like throw over the top eventually when they come down, but they don't do that. They literally play a dink and dunk offense and they wonder why they can't get anything going on offense because they dink and dunk and then they don't run the ball. Literally like the worst offense you can run in the NFL. So yeah, they've just been stupid and
LaFleur is
bad.
on the hot seat for sure right now.
No, he's not.
That's what people have been saying.
I don't think so. People or NFL insiders or like NFL reporters.
Packers fans.
That's okay. Packers fans are idiots. So that's a great. Why don't you take words from people that actually know what they're talking about?
10,000 takes compiled all the tweets. So
Yeah, from fans. Fans, of course, want him on the hot seat. They're quick to react, but there's no way he's on the hot seat. No chance.
it's warming up though. It's warming up for sure.
It's probably at a 1 on the burner.
1 out of 10.
Yes,
No, it's
whatever
I
your
would put it at
whatever
a
your thing
4.
is. No, whatever your burners like, whatever it is, like if it's like it's literally at the low or the 1, it's not that high. I think people that actually think he might get fired are crazy after 1 season. He's been good for 3 other seasons, so I
Or
don't
has
think you
been
can really.
Rodgers has been good with Devontae Adams in the defense.
Yeah, but also I think Rodgers has been ass this season.
Yeah.
So is the defense.
Mm-hmm. And it's showing
I
that
don't
Matt
know.
LaFleur can't coach.
I don't know. We'll see.
We will see. My first dreadfully bad team is my second favorite team in the NFL, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We are expecting this team to jump out of the gates hot. Obviously, Tom Brady. You got a stellar defense, and yet you end up at 3-4 through 8 games. No, 7 games. Um, what's going wrong here? Like, I don't know how to explain it. The defense is playing way bad. The receivers aren't doing too much. It's just a lot. It's a perfect storm of bad down there in Tampa Bay. I don't know how they're going to turn around, really.
Yeah, I agree. I also have them on here, but it's just confusing why their offense is just. I know that the offensive line has been struggling, but it's like Brady just has zero chemistry with his receivers now. But now that they're healthy too, it's like what happened in the last 2 seasons?
Hmm.
You led the league in passing last year, and then this year you just have no chemistry with anyone. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's almost like he needs Gronk for some reason just to be like competent or something like for the offense just to be competent. I don't understand. They don't run the ball either with Leonard Fournette, so I don't get that either.
It's just weird because I feel like the defense should be good enough to keep like PJ Walker and DJ
No, their
Moore.
defense has been horrible.
I know. And it doesn't help that Winfield now went down. I'm pretty sure he's out for Thursday night.
Yeah, I
So
mean, he the plus like if you they like even if the game in the games they've won, they haven't looked impressive.
no,
Is the thing that's their problem too.
not at all. So yeah. Um my second team is the Los Angeles Chargers. They are still they are above 500 at 4-3, but they just look
They're
awful.
4-2. I thought.
They're
Oh,
four
they're
and
four and
three
three.
because they just lost to the Seahawks.
That's right.
Um, but like, let's see. Can I see their schedule from here? Yes. So played the Raiders. That game was probably closer than it should have been. Lose to the Chiefs. Well, that's whatever.
They shouldn't have lost that game.
They shouldn't have.
No,
Yeah.
Justin
Gerald
Herbert getting injured literally is the reason why they lost.
and Gerald Everett being a little bit tired. But then you get destroyed by the Jaguars at home, who they looked impressive at the beginning of the year, and now they're just complete garbage. The
They
Texans,
also the Chargers weren't healthy that game.
that's true. But also like James Robinson just ran all over them. They still need to improve that run defense. Then the Texans make a comeback on you. You barely beat the Browns and you barely beat the Broncos in overtime. And then you get pretty much throttled by the Seahawks. That's not a good team at all for a team that's always overhyped. I should have known to lay off them a little bit, but I did not. And yeah, it's not looking too hot right now for the other Los Angeles team.
So you're saying this team is dreadfully bad, because their first 3 weeks, wait, did they were they 1-2, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You're saying that the winning by double digits over the Texans is not impressive.
No.
Winning on the road is not. That's the
Cleveland
dumbest
lost
thing I've
that
ever
game. The
heard.
Chargers did not win that.
Still won on the road. I know that they didn't win it impressively, but you still won on the road. Against a team like Cleveland that has played teams pretty well all year, and then you still won a game where your offense was horrible and your defense kept you in it. I don't understand. It's like you almost like contradicted yourself in like with those last 3 games.
No, because going back to record predictions, I had them going, I think, at least A-0 out of the gate. And
Well, that's your fault.
those were my expectations, though. And this is all about underachieving or overachieving
But your
expectations.
expectations were so high.
They were because I thought this team was going to be amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're that bad though. Is the thing, is what I'm saying.
They are playing below my I feel like they should be at least 2 games over 500, at least.
I
Not
mean, yeah, one of those lot. So that's the thing. They're over 500 right now. You're saying they're dreadfully bad, but if they were if they would have won just one of those other games that they've lost, they would be good.
they should be leading the division, honestly, in my opinion.
Well, no, I agree, but they were only what? They're only a game out,
Yes.
or technically two, but
2, yeah.
so that's what I'm saying. Like what you're saying and why don't really add up. I know that I guess it's your expectations, but the way you're saying it right now makes zero sense.
Well, and then like it's about what's happened so far, but the outlook of the season is not looking good for the Chargers. with even though JC Jackson was playing bad, still a key piece. Mike
This is literally
Williams is
them
gonna be
every
out for
year
a
though.
while.
They
I
literally get
know.
hurt all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's their like most of the time when they're like obviously they're supposed to be good, it's not even their fault. They just literally get hit with an injury bug. And it's like the 49ers or whatever. And like I mean, the Titans by like last year, one of the craziest things going 12-5 with how many players they had to start or play.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressive. But like the 49ers and the Chargers are so similar because they just get injured all the time. And now they add Christian McCaffrey to that, and it's like, wow, they're just going to be even more injured probably. But
Probably.
I don't know. I just don't think that the Chargers have played that bad, and I think that they get riddled with injuries. And I know you can't make excuses for injuries, but when it's key players, makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So I don't. I just
Those were just my thoughts. I don't know. Since I was so high on them, that's why they're underperforming to me. One's up for debate too. But all right, which league do you want to tackle next?
just go in order.
NBA. Who is scared good through the first week and a half?
Donovan Mitchell has been scary good. He's averaging 33 points a game. Um, I don't know. I just think it's impressive when a guy comes in to a new team like this, and just pops the fuck off. Like this is like most time you see guys they struggle to kind of get used to the atmosphere and everything. I mean, he's just like excelling at an all-time level. He's like top 5 in scoring right now. Yeah, pretty impressive for a guy, new team, just come in and act like it's nothing and play his ass off.
My first pick is De'Aaron Fox from the Sacramento Kings. He is currently 10th in scoring over his 3 games played with 27 and a third point, or no, 31.7 points per game. He is dishing the rock at 7 assists per game, still getting the steals, 1.3, 5.7 rebounds. He's a kind of looking like a triple, he's looking like a triple threat point guard, I guess, where he can, he's always fast, could get those boards, but also knock down the mid range 3-pointer, whatever. He's got it for you. And I feel like he's always usually pretty underrated, but this year he's gotten out to a hot start. So
I
yeah,
mean, he's my second guy.
he is.
I don't know, just looking at the top scorers, and he was just sitting there in number 10. It was kind of weird, but he stuck out to me. So yeah, that's kind of why I put him there.
Fair enough. I was gonna go Christian Wood, but I decided for my second guy, I'm going Damian Lillard. Each year you kind of expect your stars to regress a little bit as they get older, obviously. And Damian Lillard he's fighting off father time with Dame time. Um
How
so
old is he?
he's in his 30s. I do know that. I'm
Say,
pretty sure.
I don't think he's
He's
that old.
32.
Oh, did not know that.
But
32 isn't that old
no,
though,
it's not. It's not.
basketball wise.
It's not. Still, you're either out of it or on the very fringe of your prime most of the time.
Well, that yeah, I guess I could say that, but I'm just I thought you
But
sound like
he's
he was
good
like an
enough to
old
stay in the league
man.
for no, he's good enough to stay in the league for a while. But 33 points per game, making 10 field goals, shooting 40% from three. It's very nice. Getting boards, not dishing it as much at only 5.3 assists, but still he is doing his part. He is kind of carrying. I'm assuming him and Jeremy Grant are kind of carrying that Portland team along with maybe Nurkic, but I haven't watched enough basketball from the Portland Trailblazers yet to give my full opinion on it.
Anthony
Anthony
Simons, or
Simons, yeah, Simons. He is.
uh,
He's look so far. He's been worth that $100 million contract.
yeah.
All right, who is your scary good team number one?
Trailblazers 4-0.
Yep.
This team is fucking insane, I guess. Yeah, no, definitely did not expect this team to start off 4-0, especially like teams they had to play. And This team wasn't really good last year, so off to an impressive start.
Yeah, for sure. They are one of my teams as well. Like you said, not good last year, but turned it around, making that Jeremy Grant trade is looking pretty solid right now. Chauncey Billups doing a solid job, I guess, in
Oh
his
my god,
first
I
four
forgot he's their
games.
coach.
Yeah. Are they the only undefeated team left? Nope, it's them
Yep.
and the Bucks.
Oh, the
But the
Bucks are
Bucks have
2 and
only played
0.
2 games, yes. And the
Yeah.
pace or the Trailblazers have played four. So
Yeah.
they are 2-0 at home and 2-0 on the road. Nice. Good job, Portland. All right, who's your second scary good team?
Mine is the Jazz.
Same.
Well, 3-1. This team looks like they were gonna go in the dumpster, and they just come out to a 3-1 start, looking really good with Sexton and Markkinen. But yeah, this team, I don't know, a lot of young guys, so there's not much expectations with this team, and they are playing pretty well off the start. I think they have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder being traded to Utah, which is looking like a wasteland now after they just disposed of their 2 stars. And they're trying to make the best out of it. They're trying to take note.
Yeah, it looks especially more like a wasteland when they wear those neon yellow jerseys, make them look like hazmat suits.
I thought you didn't think that was funny.
No.
Damn it.
Um, wait, did I miss something?
Did you not hear what I said? I
I
said
heard.
I said at the end, I'm like, yeah, they're just trying to take note.
Oh, I did not hear that. That is pretty good. I will admit that. You could have also said the Spurs at 3-1, but I feel
Yeah,
like
no,
the
I saw that
Jazz.
too.
But the Jazz, I feel like they have more longevity just because they got an older team. Still not old by any means. Like still, like most of the players are in their like mid to early 20s. So, I feel like the Jazz could actually be like fighting for to get out of the play-in tournament, possibly be the 6th seed. Whereas the Spurs, I don't think they have that staying power.
Plus, like the Spurs, they have Greg Popovich, so I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, the Spurs, they still have Greg Popovich, and I don't even know who the Jazz coach is anymore because Quinn Snyder stepped down. So
Yeah, I don't know, but also, Jeremy Sohan has been looking good for the Spurs so far.
bro, he looks like he's trying to be Dennis Rodman, and it just makes me mad. I know that he's had this hair since college, but he's wearing 10 on the Spurs, and it looks like he's trying to be like a new Dennis Rodman, and I mean he plays very similar to him, which is weird,
Yeah, I
and
don't know.
it bothers me. It
It
just
bothers
bothers
you?
me yeah, just like stop dyeing your hair, please.
That well, that's his thing though.
I know, and just wear a different number then, please.
Oh, I but wasn't he attending college too?
No, I think he was 0.
He might have been. Where is my next dude?
Or he was 1. He was 0 or 1, I think.
Ah, I feel like he I feel like he's one, but I don't remember. All right. Who is your first dreadfully bad player from the NBA?
Russell Westbrook.
Fair.
Yeah, he's just been dog shit. I don't think there's much else to say. Just horrible one. He was 1. Just horrible stats. Yeah, over 11 that other night. Obviously, I guess he doesn't really like being a 6 man, which I feel like would be better for him to play against weaker competition, but I guess not. I think Russell Westbrook is just bad, and he's getting paid a lot of money to be bad.
Just the fall of Russell Westbrook has been insane. And it's sad to see, but
Well, I literally think the fall has literally been him getting traded to the Lakers because he was good even
oh,
before
he was
that.
good on the Wizards, that's right.
Yeah, he averaged a triple double.
The Rockets, he was pretty good. Not as
He
good as
still
he
was
was
good
on the
then. I'm
on
pretty
the
sure he averaged a
Wizards.
triple double on the Rockets too.
Did he? Damn. Okay.
Yeah, he averaged a triple double with 4 teams in 4 consecutive seasons. And they're
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh, what
that's
if he does with
right.
the Lakers? Yeah, so he was still good. And then as soon as he got traded to the Lakers, he just fell off a cliff. So he was good literally up until he got traded to the Lakers. He could have been the first player ever to like. I don't think anyone's ever done it either way, but he could have averaged a triple double with 5 straight teams in 5 straight seasons.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's probably ever done that.
No.
All right. My first dreadfully bad player. It's probably another controversial one. But I'm doing Jordan Clarkson from Utah Jazz. Uh Seems like being a starter is not really his style.
Like he's
Come
starting?
Yeah,
Why? Why would they do that?
because who else are they gonna start? I guess they would start
Uh,
Sexton, but then who are you gonna put at shooting guard?
I don't know. Just put anyone. He's way better off the bench. That's what he's
Exactly.
like. Have you ever seen like Lou Will start games? He's awful when he was playing. Like Lou Will was like Lemon Pepper Lou was so bad when he started games. Like he was actually not very good, and when he came off the bench, it was just different.
But yeah, like he's averaging 18 and a half points a game, which isn't bad by any means, but
That's what he did last year.
right. And he's getting a lot more minutes this year. So
He had a lot
just
of minutes last year.
he's getting 36 this year.
What did he get last year?
I don't know. Or 32, my bad.
I guarantee you got very similar to that last year.
So as a starter though, your numbers should usually go up, not go backwards.
But I
So
think Markkinen and Sexton have been carrying the load the
oh
first couple
probably.
games.
Probably.
Markkinen killed the Timberwolves.
He did. He was looking great. All right. Second dude for you.
I'm gonna go with Ben Simmons.
Oh,
I think I saw someone he has like the same amount, or like very close to the same amount of points through 3 games. I think that he does fouls. He's fouled out of 2 out of 3 games this season. Yeah, he's been just horrible. It looks like I know that he hasn't played basketball in a while, but it looks like he hasn't like he's never played basketball before. He looks like he's never touched a basketball in his life.
mm,
He's been horrible.
yeah. That year off probably did not help him, but uh, my
Wasn't he technically hurt though, too?
yeah, he was hurt the entire year. I'm pretty
Because
sure.
people are like, "Oh yeah, you're not playing." Because people didn't they weren't they saying he didn't want to play during the postseason or whatever. That's why he never came in.
Yeah, like I think he was fine by then, but I don't remember honestly. Not 100% sure. Um, my my other dreadfully bad person is RJ Barrett from the Knicks. Last year he had a historic rise in his scoring and stuff like that at the beginning of the year. Kind of fell off towards the end of the year. But this year he's got 34 minutes and only scoring 16 and about a half a game. That's not too impressive for a dude that was drafted third or yeah, third overall. So I know New York Knicks fans would probably like to see more out of him. And I'm pretty sure it's a contract year coming up. I
No, he
don't think
just got paid.
did he? Oh
He
yeah,
got paid
you're
this
right.
out. They paid him, but they were gonna trade for us Mitchell, but then the trade fell through, and they were gonna pay him. It was either he's gonna get paid or they were gonna trade for Mitchell, and they never traded for him, so they paid RJ Barrett.
Oh my, that's a bad extension. Holy cow. 107 million guaranteed up to 120. Ooh,
It's not the worst.
it's
What? How
not
many
the
years?
worst. Um, our RJ Barrett, let's see, does it say?
Isn't
He
that a
is only
5 year
still
contract?
22. 4-year contract.
That's literally a typical NBA contract.
I don't know, but he still hasn't really proven too much to me to get 100 million. Like Jalen Brunson,
Where
he's proved that he can win in the playoffs with the Mavericks. I like he it was still a little bit of a head scratcher to me that he was getting paid that much because he's usually he was a career bench warmer until last season. But um yeah, just don't RJ Barrett needs to step it up again at some point. All right. Bad teams.
the Lakers
Yep.
0-3. What the fuck? This team is just not good. I don't know. When you pay all these guys, you have no depth. Their depth is horrible. They're literally just signing the forgotten players that no one else wants anymore, like Kendrick Nunn, um, Lonnie Walker. Like it's just
Lonnie Walker's
players
been
that,
popping off a little bit, but
but like players that are just like no one wants now or anymore.
Yeah.
that are just not getting signed. They're just picking them up because they can pay him very little because they don't have any cap space to pay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what do you expect? Their team is so old too. Still, then don't they have Marcus All? Or no, I don't. They don't have Marcus All, but they have
No.
like Dwight Howard, who's like a fucking dirt rag
Is
now.
he still there?
I think so. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who's there, but their team is
Let's
just
look up
so
the
old
Lakers.
and it's so bad.
Lakers roster. Here we go. So got Pat Bev, Troy Brown Jr., Thomas Bryant.
Oh, he's also been really bad too.
Thomas Bryant.
Pat Bev.
Oh yeah. Thomas Bryant seems like he's a solid pickup. He's only 25, getting paid about 2 million. Max Christie, rookie. Anthony Davis, Wenyan Gabriel. I think he's a rookie. No,
No,
I
he's
don't.
not.
He's not.
No, he
Nope.
was on the Blazers, or yeah, he was on the Blazers last year.
LeBron James, Damian Jones, Kendrick Nunn. I think he's been doing decent, but Scottie Pippen Jr., Austin Reeves, Matt Ryan, Dennis Schroeder, Cole Swinder. I didn't know that Juan Toscano Anderson went there in the
Yeah,
offseason.
I knew that.
Lonnie Walker and
Yeah,
Russell.
but it's just nothing to brag about though. It's just
Oh no,
bad.
it's
It's
so
so
top
bad.
heavy, and when your top is not that good, it's not a good outlook.
Like 80 and LeBron have been fine, but when you have Russell and Pat Bev that are supposed to be your other key players just not performing, it's just like fuck.
This team is decently young, besides their starting lineup. Like it's a
Yeah,
lot. It's pretty young.
they're so bad still though. It's
Yeah,
awful.
yeah. It's not good for the Lakers. That was also my one of them. So who's your second team?
The Philadelphia 76ers starting off, they were 0-3 to start. They won their last game, but they outside of their top four, their offense has been horrible. Um, James Harden, Tobias Harris, Maxi, and then Joel have been good, but I guess they just have had no production out of anyone else. And I mean, you still have to have depth, and you still have to have your bench score, especially in the regular season. I don't know. I feel like this team had a decent amount of expectations coming in. I feel like they were a title contender probably still, and right now they don't look like it at all.
That's a good pick. My second team is gonna be the Miami Heat, starting out 1-3. Uh, you can't blame injuries right now because only Victor Oladipo and Nikola Jovic or whatever the other
Jovic,
Nikola Jovic are the only two on the injury report. This team is just not performing up to standards, I guess. Uh, 1-3. You got a very good starting lineup with Lowry and Butler and Bam and whoever else, but they're just not performing right now. Will they turn around? Most likely. Maybe they should throw Udonis in there for more minutes.
oh my god, is he even
He's
playing?
42.
Is he
Holy,
even playing? Has he even played a minute yet?
let's see. Udonis Haslem. It says he averages 6.4 a game, 6.4
Wow,
minutes. He's shooting
he's actually
25%
playing.
from three.
Wow, he's actually playing. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
He's mostly in there to grab boards, it looks like, and play defense. But yeah, he'll probably get signed again next year. He's gonna probably outplay Vince Carter.
Yeah,
That's my
he'll
guess.
play. He'll play. He'll literally play it like he'll like outplay Brady, and he'll just be like, I'm gonna play till I'm 50, and he's just gonna be bench riding and getting paid 2 mil when he could literally just retire and be a coach and probably get paid that much. They probably would. It's so awkward, Brandon.
What?
Nothing. Just all right. And now a word from our sponsor.
All right, moving on. MLB. Who is your first scary good player, Jack?
Mine is Luis Arise.
Wow. Homer.
Yeah.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
I don't. You know, I don't give a shit about the Twins.
I know.
I don't know. It's just still impressive. Like he won the batting title this year. He was off to a hot start. He was hitting like 340 to begin the year before the All Star break, and then he hit like a shitty 270 after that, which is funny to say, but for him that's really bad. But still won the batting title, and now he picked up a Gold Glove nomination, which
I
is
was super surprised by that.
I guess he was actually good this year. I thought every time I watched him, I thought he was horrible, but I guess he was a good defender this year.
Yeah, I mean, cool, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Batting title is nothing to joke about. He
No.
literally stole the triple crown stole the triple crown from Judge, which is fucking disrespectful as fuck. You fucking piece of shit.
Can you even
But
reach Aaron Judge's
he
head? No,
huh?
okay, that's a bad
No,
joke. Never
probably
mind.
not. That was just dumb. But yeah, no, I don't know. But yeah, good job, Luis.
My first scary good player is Aaron Judge. I didn't know what to expect from him because he's,
Okay, I was gonna put him, but I thought that was just so fucking basic.
but I mean, he's like had kind of an up and down uh career a little bit. Like he started off super hot, obviously 2017, amazing. Then over the past couple of years, he's just kind of gone up and down. Then this year, really, really amazing. Like I didn't have too many expectations for him. Like yeah, he's still obviously he's probably a top 15, top 25 player before the season started, and now he's top 5, if not the best player in all of baseball, which most people would probably say. I'm probably one of those people, but yeah, just amazing, amazing season from Aaron Judge. No matter how much I hate the Yankees, you still got to give him props there.
Yeah, he should be winning his second MVP, but I digress.
He's gonna win his first. That's all that
Yeah.
matters.
My next player, Dansby Swanson. Um, kind of, he had a didn't he had like a career year average wise. In a contract year too. He also played really well defensively this year. Also earned a Gold Glove nomination. Probably gonna win it too. Didn't have as much home runs as he did last year, but overall he just like improved as a hitter. Like he hit like I think like two set. I don't know what he hit last year. He hit like 274 this year, but I don't know. His defense was obviously the main spot for him, but this year he stepped it up offensively and was a bat that they could rely on this year. So yeah, Dansby Swanson pretty was impressive this year in a contract year. So he's definitely gonna get paid. Hopefully he just stays in Atlanta though.
Do you think he's gonna break Andrew's heart and leave, or do you think he's gonna stay?
Well, it depends on what the Braves are gonna do. Because if the Braves are gonna try to go after DeGrom, I don't know if they're gonna be able to pay Dansby then.
Probably not, because DeGrom is gonna get at least 50 mil. That's most
But
likely.
the Braves also seem like a team that's willing to spend money
That too.
because they also have cheap contracts for guys that are going to be there for a while, like Acuna and Michael Harris. So, and I don't think Dansby is going to be um I don't think he's going to be a record he's
No.
not going to make record money.
I
Like he
think
might
it's
get
probably gonna be like 20 million a year, is my
yeah.
guess.
So if you pay him 20 mil a year, you think I think they still could go after DeGrom
I think so.
if
I
they're
don't know
willing to
how much
spend if they're willing to spend the money.
I don't know how padded the Atlanta owners' pockets are. Very padded, obviously, but is it
I
that
feel
padded?
like they they don't even have one of the highest salaries in baseball though either. Like they're not. I don't even know if they're top five.
I don't know.
Because the
Um,
thing is, I don't think their pitching is getting. They're not paying pitching that much. They also might have a free agent this year pitching, but
I'm not sure. My second player is gonna be Julio Rodriguez from the Mariners. Uh, Rookie year, outstanding. Just killed it. I did not know what to expect because in the first series of the year against the Twins, he looked absolutely awful, except for his uh go ahead double that he had in like one of the games. And he was struggling. Didn't he get set back down at one point? I'm pretty sure he
no,
did. Oh,
I doubt it.
maybe
I think he got hurt is what happened. I don't think he ever got sent back down.
I just know he was struggling during the early part of the year, and then just something clicked, and he turned it on. Gonna definitely win AL Rookie of the Year. There is no doubt about that in my mind. Throw the house on it. Not gonna make much back on it or whatever, but still, Julio Rodriguez, great rookie season. Already locked up a massive deal from the Mariners. Good to see him
Yeah.
get that bag.
Or I guess I also could have put Sandy. I feel like just
Sandy always has
absolutely
a good year though.
yeah. Well, yeah, but I feel like this one, it was obviously his best for sure, and I feel like it was kind of under the radar. Like I feel like
That's
he
true.
easily won the Cy Young this year, and I feel like he wasn't talked about enough because he was just on the Marlins.
Yeah,
But
Marlins were underperforming this year, but they were not my team.
no, neither.
All right,
All right,
scare your team.
mine is the Orioles. I know this is sounds dumb because they didn't make the playoffs, but this team sold at the trade deadline and still ended up being over 500, which is were better than some teams that should have made the playoffs or were in playoff contention throughout the whole year. And I don't know, many people didn't see much out of the Orioles coming in this season. Like they still had building blocks and they look like they're a lot closer to getting back to playing really good baseball than we thought. And they still played good after the trade deadline. And yeah, pretty impressive for this team to go above 500.
My first team is also the Orioles. Like you said, zero expectations. I think I had them winning like 60 games this year. But their whole entire team stepped it up. They got a very nice bullpen piece in Felix Bautista there. Uh, Still don't approve of moving the left field wall in Camden Yards back. That looks absolutely stupid. But they played well. They played very well. Adley Rushman is going to be there for years to come. It's looking up in Baltimore. You got young guys there. Like I think one of your oldest dudes is Cedric Mullins, and that's not a bad old guy to have. So, and he's not even that old. So,
No.
uh, things I like what I see out of Baltimore right now. Who is your second team?
Mine is the Guardians.
Ooh.
Um, Very young team. I just because I don't feel like a lot of people predicted the AL Central team to come out of that to win over 90 games, and they turned it on after the All Star break. They really got hot, even more than they were. Their pitching was good. Their bullpen is amazing, and their team just like I don't know if Terry Francona has that team playing did have that team playing really well. Yeah, they obviously didn't hit many home runs, but they also didn't like strike out. They had a lot of clutch hits. Obviously in the playoffs too. But yeah, they I think Terry Francona seems like one of those guys where he gets his players to play for him or gets them to play good baseball. He gets the best out of them. And honestly, they played a lot better than I think a lot of people thought they were going to be.
Terry Francona is probably one of the best coaches of all time for sure.
I think he
Uh,
might be the best manager in baseball right now.
yeah, that's pretty. That would be pretty close. I'd say
Like
it's either him or
I
like maybe Brian Snicker, but like
who even is that?
the Braves.
Yeah. He
Like
also I mean, could you say Dusty or is it just their
yes, you
team is
could
just that
say.
good?
Well, that'd be like the same with the Braves though. Is that like but Dusty Baker has had very good bullpen management, which is a big knock against many managers, and so is Terry Francona. So
Mhm. I don't know. Talking about managers, I think Dave Roberts is very overrated.
I don't disagree, but I don't agree 100% with it. Because I mean, I don't know. The Dodgers bullpen is not star studded by any means. They just pitch
Yeah, but
good.
also he just doesn't like when it comes to the playoffs, he just can't get his team to perform.
That too.
And it also is bad when your manager comes out and says that we're gonna win the World Series this year.
That is
That
bad.
is a bad look.
That is
I don't
very
know.
bad. If we play
I don't know.
162 games in a full postseason, we're winning the World Series. No, you can't say that.
You can't, and it bit them in the ass. But I don't know. You can win. I mean, you have to play so many bad teams, and then when he plays the good teams, it seems like he just falters in the playoffs, and he can't get the best out of his team. I don't know.
Yeah, and
I've seen
the
a lot of shit about him being a very overrated manager online.
I do believe he is probably overrated, but not to like a super extent.
Well,
Because
he's not obviously a bad manager, but I don't
right,
think he's one of the top 5 managers in baseball.
I don't know. I don't know a lot of managers off the top of my head for some reason, but yeah,
Well, like I would say that you got like Francona, Baker, Snitker.
yep.
I would say Bob Melvin is probably almost better than
Bob
him.
Melvin is good.
Scott Service is pretty good.
I like Scott Service a lot.
Buck Showalter, maybe.
Maybe it is Orioles days. I'm not sure about the Mets days. because the
Who knows?
Mets,
I mean, it's very new though. This was his
yeah,
first season, and they
that's
won
it.
101 games. Trying to think. Can't really say anything about the Blue Jays. I don't know. There's
Oh,
5 managers you could say right there that are better than him.
what's the Blue Jays manager's guy?
Don't even know. It was Montoyo or whatever, but
Yeah,
he
but
got
then he got
fired. He got
fired.
fired.
The
Don't even know
new
who it
guy.
is.
Well, let's see. I know his name. I just can't think of it.
Rob Thompson might be a really good manager.
He might be. He's got them playing well. The Phillies. John Schneider.
Hmm.
He is. He's getting that Blue Jays team going because the Blue Jays weren't even gonna make the playoffs under Montoyo, and
No.
then he turned them around. So he did a good
Yeah.
job there. But moving on. What are we on now? Oh, is it
Your
my turn?
second
Oh, my
scary
second
good.
scary good team. It's the Atlanta Braves. I know they might have underperformed or not underperformed. They performed at expectations for people. They exceeded my expectations. I thought there was going to be more of a World Series hangover. I did not expect them to win 101 games and take the division. I thought this was clearly the Mets division to win, and they surprised me even after moving from Freddie Freeman to Matt Olson. You got nice bullpen pieces. Like they picked up Rizal Iglesias at the trade deadline. They just have a very well-rounded team, and now it's time to see if they can keep that core together and add to it at during free agency.
Mm-hmm.
Dreadfully bad. Player one.
I'm gonna go with Nicholas Castellanos. Um, Signed a big contract this offseason, played really well last year. He was fucking abysmal this. Did he even hit over 10 home runs this season? I don't even think he
I,
did.
I think so. That would be low for him.
I'm pretty sure he was very low, like at the end of the season. Like he might have barely hit over 10 home runs.
Keep talking. I'll find out. He
Uh
got 13.
yeah, but he hit like very low average too, didn't he?
263, so not terrible.
Oh, he improved, but
Yeah. Negative
for what he
point
did,
one WAR. That's not
yeah,
good.
for what he did, the previous season they brought him in. The Phillies thought he could be their DH or one of their outfielders. Obviously, he has had to play outfield because of Bryce Harper, being like not being able to throw. But yeah, just very not one of the bright spots on this team this year that you would have thought he would have been a more of a cornerstone piece, and he hasn't really done anything in the playoffs either. So yeah, he's been pretty abysmal.
Um, oh, hold on. Where is it? Let me just find my guy real quick. Ah, here he is. Okay. My first dreadfully bad player is DJ LeMahieu. This man usually gets you consistency at the plate and consistency in the field. He was injured the last part of the season, so he only did get 125 games in. That's still a good sample size. For a man that usually bats around 300, 261 is not a good look for him. 12 home runs, he usually sticks around there, like 15. Just underperforming because he was one of their best players last year, and this year he took a step back. So, uh, he's still been worth it in New York, but uh, just this year was not it for him.
Mine next one is Max Muncy.
Ooh,
Uh, Hit very, very, very bad 196 under the Mendoza line. I could have said Cody Bellinger, but he also hit dog shit last year, so I didn't feel like putting him there.
that's fair.
But I know I mean, he is not a very good average hitter, but 196 is bad. 21 home runs, I guess, is good. Somehow still had a 2.71 WAR, hitting 196. But yeah, this is a guy you expected to be like one of their top bats in the lineup, and he was just not there all season. And I'm pretty sure he was not very good in the playoffs either. So
I don't think he was.
yeah, so he was bad. He was really bad this year.
Mm-hmm. and
Him
he's
and Cody, the fact that him and Cody Bellinger were like everyday players for them is insane for how good they were.
yeah, like I said, Cody Bellinger. I feel like he's a lot more useful on the defense end. Where Max Muncy, he's gonna like provide you solid fielding, but he's there to draw walks and slap singles and stuff like that. Not like batting below the Mendoza line. This has got to be. This will hopefully be the worst season of his career, but
I
we
mean,
will
he hit
see.
lower than that one season, but he only played 39 games in that season. So that was the
Okay.
year he got hurt.
Okay.
But
So
still,
yeah,
full season, he literally hit 196.
like that's sad because he usually has very good eye for the strike zone. So, my next person that was dreadfully bad, we're going with Cedric Mullins. Kind of contradicts the Orioles being good. He hit 258, which is not great. I mean, he's not really an average hitter, but still, he did steal lots of bases for them, which is good. Career high in stolen bases, only caught 10 times, 34 stolen bases. But yeah, last year he soared onto the scene, and this year he took a step back, which I guess should be expected, but it'd been nice to see him take another step forward in his time in Baltimore.
Bro, I don't even know who the hell you said. Was it Mullins?
Yeah, Cedric.
Oh.
All right,
Uh
bad teams.
my first one is the Giants.
Oh,
I know this team probably didn't have the highest expectations after last year, but coming off 107 wins, being the best team in the MLB last year, they scratched out a 500 team this year. Yeah, just I mean they had some bright spots on this team, and yeah, they just were not good this season. They weren't even really in the playoff hunt at all this year. Yeah, just like fucking waddled their way through the season and didn't really do anything impressive.
30 games behind the Dodgers, which that's not
Yeah,
saying too
that's
much because the Dodgers put up 22 games on the Padres, but
and they still lost them in the
they
playoffs.
still lost to the Padres. It's crazy some of these margins of divisions. Like, oh my. Athletics 46 games behind the Astros. All right. My first dreadfully bad team. We're going with the Chicago White Sox. This one should be very obvious. We thought they were going to be a World Series contender, and they finished at 500 as well. 11 games behind the Guardians. Just Tony La Russa is not it. Glad he's resigning. Hopefully he gets healthy. But yeah, they have so much talent. Like sometimes they got bit by the injury bug, but you can only blame that so much. Like you got 162 games to prove yourself, and they just cannot do anything about it.
Fuck. Give
Second
me a second.
team. Oh, you lost your stand.
Oh, I took it off and I thought there we go. I dropped something. I took it off. I wanted to hold my mic. Lose it again. Okay. Let me just be smart about this. One second. God, I'm just being fucking dumb right now. All right. My second team is also the Chicago White Sox. This team had very big aspirations coming this season. People definitely thought they were going to represent the AL and the World Series, and they couldn't even make it to the playoffs. And they obviously finished above the Twins, but I think overall this year they definitely looked like a team. Like they definitely didn't even look like they were going to compete as much as the Twins did for the division. Like I think the Twins probably competed for the division for the entire season more than the White Sox did. Did the White Sox even hold a lead in the division at any point this year?
I don't think so because I think it was the Twins, and then I got transferred. Maybe they did for like a couple days, but they got transferred to the
Because I don't
Guardians.
know who because the Twins didn't take the lead till May. I know that for a fact because they
Hmm.
started off bad. The Twins did, so it
So
might have
then
been the
maybe
Guardians right away. Maybe I don't know,
I don't
but
know.
either way, ever since May for sure, they have not even had a glimpse of the lead. I think they were closest they ever got was actually one game, and then they instantly just faltered after that.
Mhm.
Yeah, but very, very bad for a team that could have won 100 games this year. and competed with the Astros, and just yeah, not even close to doing that.
My second dreadfully bad team is the other pair of Sox, the Boston Red Sox. Finished 78 and 84. We thought after last year winning the division, thought they could go far. And they didn't do it. I think they started out hot and then everything collapsed on them. So Boston not good this year. All right, last league. Here we go. NHL. Scary good player to start the year.
Mine is Jake Ottinger, goalie for the Dallas Stars,
Oh,
Minnesota, born and raised. Um, he new onto the scene last year. I'm pretty sure against the Flames in the playoff. No, 2 years ago, Flames in the playoffs. Started off the year, he's tied for the league in wins, and then top 5 in goals against and save percentage. Yeah, no, he's a very tall goalie, but yeah, no, very impressive coming out the gates. Yeah, upcoming star in the NHL for the Dallas Stars as they move on from the Ben Bishop era of their goaltending.
and then Ben Bishop can been gone for a while.
Yeah, but I mean, they really haven't had a goalie that's been like consistent for them
Hugh
since then.
Dobin.
Not even he wasn't consistent for them though. Is what I'm saying. Like
Wasn't
a
Rantanen the
consistent
last
starter.
one?
Yeah, but I'm saying like they haven't had a consistent starter since Ben Bishop.
Okay.
Yeah.
My first guy is gonna be Matt Zuccarello. He's got 5 games played, 4 goals, 6 assists. He is currently tied for 5th in points in the NHL. -7, plus minus, not good.
Hey, he's been horrible.
That's not his fault. That's the defense.
No, that is
Only
also his fault.
Well, yeah, a little bit, but he's putting points on the board. Only 2 penalty minutes. He's doing pretty pretty solid. Besides the defense, that's all right though. Artemi
I want
Panarin also has a
I really
negative
want
plus minus, and he's the
yeah, I know
top.
I did see that. I did see that. But I also want to know how much for both of them it actually goes correlates. I want to know how much of those points are on the power play. And then that would actually definitely probably
Let's see.
sway
What
what
does
you
this say?
because if most of his points are on the power play, which I know most of Artemi Panarin's points are probably on the power play. If most of
Uh,
Zuccarello's points are on the power play, he's not playing good then.
Panarin has half his points on the power play, 1 goal, 5 assists, and Mats has all his points on the power
Yeah,
play.
so yeah,
Hey,
he has not been good. Not been
still
good.
still top five
Five
in
on
points.
five, he's been dog shit.
Still top 5 in points.
Don't
I'll
care.
take it.
That horrible,
Oh wait.
horrible good
Wait,
player.
no, I add that up wrong. He has 7 points on the
Still
power
bad.
play
I don't
out
care.
of 10.
The horrible, scary good player. That
He
is
is
actually
scary good,
this.
Jack.
This might be Brandon the worst one you've done yet. This is worse than the Chargers, and it's literally
Really.
Matt Zuccarello. This is worse than the Chargers. He has been good. I know he's top 5 in points, but 7 out of his 10 points on the power play is not impressive. It's impressive putting up points, but then you look at his 5-on-5. He's what that so technically he doesn't play on the power. He's not a penalty killer, so he's +7 on the power play. That means he's a -14 5-on-5.
How many times is
That's
that though when he's
awful.
just hopping over the boards and they score? That probably not much,
Okay,
but
yeah, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. He's a -14 5-on-5 outside of special teams. That is awful. That is horrible.
not the Vikings. The Wild just have not been good in the plus minus category because Caprilla
I
is a
know that.
-6, and
I know that. That's what I'm saying. That line has been dog shit.
it's
They've
all on
has to
Flurry. Don't worry about it.
shut up. No, that just bad. That's your worst one yet.
Whatever. I don't
Um,
care.
I care.
Good for you.
My next one is Sidney Crosby. Top or he's tied for second in points off to another good start, which I don't think people are starting to think he's going to slow down, and he just refuses to. He also has a positive plus minus. He is the highest out of the top 5 point getters, plus minus wise. So he's playing at least somewhat defense compared to Matt Zuccarello and Artemi Panarin. Yeah, just this guy is where like you're like, oh, father time. Father time is not touching Sidney Crosby. He's still Sid the Kid. He's still playing great. He's got more points than McDavid right now. Yeah. Sid the Kid has been impressive for the first week and a half.
My second scary good player is also a goaltender, but not Jake Onger. It's old Craig Anderson for the Buffalo Sabres. He is currently tied for first, or not tied for first with wins because he only has two. They've only played two games, but he's only allowed one goal per game. That's very good. 9.70 save percentage. He is killing it right now. I don't know. He can't be in the league for much longer, but I get it's weird how much longevity goalies have. That's always shocked me is that
Wait, who did you say?
Craig Anderson, he's
Yeah.
41
Okay.
right now.
Yeah, I saw that. He also only has played 2 games, but
Still,
I
only
also
one
saw
goal
it.
allowed per game is very impressive. And play for Buffalo. Like they don't have a great team, so
They're 4-1.
that's not wait. Oh, is he who is he trade
He's
up
not.
with then?
He's not even the starting goalie, Brandon.
Oh well, my bad. I thought he was.
No, that's why I didn't pick up. I didn't pick up. I was going to, but he's not even their starting goalie.
Who is?
I don't know, but I know he's not their
Eric
starting goal.
Comrie. That
Yeah,
guy.
he's their starting goalie.
They're still 4-1, thanks in part to Craig Anderson. That's the worst because I did not know he was not the starter.
Yeah, that is pretty bad too. You're just hot. You're off to a hot start with the NHL side of things.
I don't care about hockey as much, so I'm not upset. Alex Stalock's killing it in Chicago right now. Wait, is UC Saros out for the year? Or is he no, not out for the year? Is he injured or is he just trading time with Kevin Lackinen?
No idea. No freaking clue.
UC Saro injury. Let's see. Oh no. Okay. Who's your scary good teams? Or first one?
I'm gonna go with the Boston Bruins. Off to a hot start. This team, first round exit last year. They didn't look like they really did much to reload, and which I was surprised. But they've come out the gates firing. This team looks rejuvenated with a new coach. Can't remember who their coach is at all. Couldn't even tell you.
It's not Bruce Cassidy.
Nope. He's the Vegas coach actually.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't know that for some reason, but yeah, rejuvenated squad. Pretty sure they have a consistent goaltender now, which has been kind of their problem. I think I don't know. It's either Yilmark or Swayman. But yeah, no,
I
hot
think it's
team.
Olmark.
Pasta's playing good. That first line is playing really well right now. Both the top two lines. Yeah, they're playing really well.
I am going to go with the Philadelphia Flyers. 6 games played, 4-2 right now. They have 8 points. John Tortorella is making that team play good right now, I guess. There was no expectation for this team. They were supposed to be one of the worst in the league this year. They've probably gotten off to a hotter start than fans would have liked. So I'm assuming they'd probably want to tank for who's that number one prospect? What's his name?
No clue.
Oh yeah, Connor Bernard, whatever.
Oh, that kid.
Bednard?
He's in like the
Bednard. My
Bednar.
bad.
Yeah, he's in the AHL, the OHL, I think.
What is the OHL?
The Ontario Hockey League.
Ontario Hockey League. That's where the Brandon Wheat Knights are. I'm pretty sure.
Don't think so.
Is it not? Where are the Brandon Wheat Knights? Or
I
Wheat
don't know where.
Kings?
I know they're not in the OHL because I played way too much Be a Pro and Shell.
WHL. My bad. That's who I
Yeah.
always choose. Is that shocking?
Connor Bedard.
Yeah, because that's shocking that I always choose whenever I load into Be a Pro, I always choose to be the Brandon Wheat Kings.
No, not surprised at all. Oh,
No.
he's in the WHL.
Haha, it
Brandon
is where
Bedard.
the Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
he's
but
on the Pats.
Yeah, he's on the Pats.
Side note, UC Saros is sucking right now. So, all right. My first. Wait, I said Philly. Yeah. Okay, your second. Scary good team.
Good. The Golden Knights. This team missed the playoffs this year. Didn't really know what to expect out of them just because they had a lot of moving pieces. New coach and Bruce Cassidy. I think that has a lot to do with it too. You get a full season with Jack Eichel now. Bringing guys like Phil Kessel. Team's healthy now, so that might
No
be a part
Robin
of it.
Leonard
But
though.
no Robin Leonard, but I think who their backup or whatever who's coming in is playing really well,
Yes, he is.
surprising them a ton. Don't know his name, but
I
I know
got
that
you. I'll find it.
I know for a fact that he is surprised them a lot through preseason and to the start of the season, and they think that he actually might be their starting goaltender going forward, even with
Wait, is it
Robin
just
Leonard there.
Aiden Hill?
Might be. I am not totally sure, but whoever it is, I know for a fact that they're really happy with how he's playing, and pretty sure I've heard that he might be their starting goaltender after Robin
This
Leonard
year?
comes back.
Because Robin
Yeah,
Leonard's not coming back this year.
I don't think he is.
It
No.
was a season ender. Whatever
Yeah,
happened to him.
yeah. I don't know what happened to him either. But yeah, no, they've been very impressive.
Yeah. Do you think it was the switch to make the gold uniforms their home and the gray pants?
Oh, I think it's Thompson. Thompson is their goalie.
Oh,
Now that I look at it,
you're
yeah,
probably
I think
right.
he's really young. Oh yeah, he's
Oh,
25.
is it Rob?
Logan Thompson.
Oh,
No, it's
Logan.
something
Oh, he was
Logan
in
Thompson or
he
something.
was in the league last year. I remember.
Yeah, he's been really impressive, and I've heard that he's probably gonna be their starting goaltender after that. So yeah,
Good. My second scary good team is the Buffalo Sabres. This happened last year where they started out really hot and they fizzled out, obviously, but still 4-1 over their 5 games. Very nice, 8 points. Their goal differential is 11. That's very good. Not even the Bruins have that high of a goal differential. It looks like it's second in the league. So Sabres starting off strong again. Probably not going to sustain it, but so far, looking nice.
think they're gonna trade for Patty Kane.
Is that what rumors are?
I mean, it's from there. Is kind of what people are saying.
Oh,
People think he's gonna get traded this year, and there it's kind of people are just thinking that where is he gonna get traded to? Because it looks like it's done for. I'm pretty sure he's gonna get traded before the trade deadline. Like it's looking like it's his last season in Chicago.
I don't doubt that.
Just because that team is going nowhere, and he's still pretty good, and he deserves to be on a better team. But
So
it
does that
seems
mean
like a
that
lot.
Taves is out too?
No, I think he'll just ride it out. I think he's also not good so anymore. So
Uh,
but Patty also the thing is though is I don't think anyone wants any good teams want Patty Kane. Like I've also heard that the Red Wings are rumored to him. So it seems like he's gonna get traded to an up and coming team and not like the Blackhawks who are a downgrading team and rebuilding. But yeah,
even though they're
kind of
doing
sad.
decent right now.
Well, it is the start of the season,
It is the
so
start of the season.
they're gonna be horrible again. They're not
Most
even gonna compete
likely.
for a playoff spot.
Yep.
What are you looking at?
Me?
Yes.
Trying to find my dude for Dreadfully Bad or one of them.
You're changing it because you know I'm gonna make fun of it or something.
No. I just can't find them because there's so many names here.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
Well, I know it's
whoa.
my turn.
Yep.
Draft really bad players. My first one is Austin Matthews.
Ooh.
Um, through
Uh,
7 games, he only has 6 points, and 3 of those points came in one game, and he only has one goal through 7 games. The Rocket Richard winner from last year, struggling to start, only one goal, 6 points, 3 of them coming in one game. Yeah. So coming out the game's really slow. I think he'll turn it around, but just over the first couple weeks, he's been very underwhelming.
my first player is Philip Forsberg from the Nashville Predators. He has played in 7 games, I believe. I don't know why. Yeah, 7 games. Only 2 goals and 2 assists. -5 point differential. Not looking too hot. He is usually one of Nashville's top scorers. I'm pretty sure he got a lucrative deal over the past couple of years. So
He's in a contract here this year.
this year, okay.
Yep.
I knew his contract sometime soon, or it already happened. But yes, left winger not doing too hot to start the 2022 campaign. All right. Yeah, who's your last one?
My next player, Marc Andre Fleury.
Yep, same.
Wild traded for him last year to make a playoff run, and not his fault. Brandon will say it is, but it wasn't his fault.
It was coaching.
But this year, huh?
It was coaching sometimes. I don't know.
No. But he has been very underwhelming this year. He's got like I don't know what his goals against average, but he's got a
5.25.
That's really bad. And he also has a 8.847 save percentage, which is also fucking horrible.
Yep.
I don't know. We traded away Talbot. We pretty much gave the reins to him for the next 2 years because we signed him to a 2-year deal. So
got rid of what was his face? Cocked, right?
We got rid of him last year.
I know he did, but still, it was to get like clear up room for Fleury. Still,
yeah, but I mean, in the end, like I knew that, like in the end, it still makes sense because we still have Wallstead that's going to eventually be here. I think maybe I don't know how this is going to work. I think the thing is, I think he might be in a situation like Kaprizov where it might take him a while to come up, or he's developed. I don't know what's going on. But if we can get through these 2 years of Fleury, hopefully Fleury turns it around, which he played good tonight. Hopefully we can get Wallstead in here, who's supposed to be an absolute stud. So, and then our goaltending will hopefully be figured out.
Who's our second guy right now?
Gustafson. It's the guy we traded Talbot for.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, mine was also.
He's young too. He's also young, so like that maybe he can like figure it out and be like a Kakkonen.
Trial by fire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, mine was also Fleury, ranked the 57th qualified goaltender right now. Not good. Only Jeremy Swayman is worse. But he's also had a lot more.
Get a Jeremy Swayman jersey.
I don't know. But he's also had a lot more ice time than the dudes around, or some dudes close to him. Like he's played every game, or he's played every game except for 2 periods. That's it.
I thought no, Gustafson started 1 game.
Did he? Okay.
Yes.
Then still, Fleury is taking a bulk of the time, and it just hasn't panned out quite yet. But like you said, hoping to turn it around. That would be nice to see, especially since we gave up so much for him. But yeah.
What did we give up for him? Conditional
first.
Well, no, I think it's a conditional second, but because that doesn't make any sense for it to be conditional first.
Yeah.
But also, he is still like an ageless wonder. He's like fucking insane still. He's super athletic for a guy that's 38. So
yeah.
He's still probably better than like half the goalies in the NHL. He did just win a Vezina 2 years ago, so
just off to a very rocky start. And like we said, this is a knee-jerk reaction. Just hasn't been looking good so far.
Yeah. My dreadfully bad team is the Tampa Bay Lightning. Off a cup appearance again. Slow start to the season, 500. Not very impressive. I have a feeling that this is the year where they are gonna fall back and they're not gonna be as impressive as they were in previous years. I just think their time is due to be done. I think that teams in the East are finally gonna fucking slay them. I don't know why it's taking this long, because I don't even think that the Tampa Bay Lightning were the best team last year in the playoffs, and they still made it. I think that's just they're really well coached. I think the Maple Leafs are better. Actually, no, I can't say that because they don't have a good goaltender. I think
Jack Campbell's gone. That's right.
They have Ilya Samsonov from the Capitals. That's their goalie now. He's actually playing really good, so I don't know if I could say that. He's got 4 wins. He's tied with the NHL lead. But I'd say that the Rangers are better than them. I'd say that the Hurricanes are better than them. The Panthers are better than them. Maybe the Bruins if their goaltending gets figured out.
Like I said,
Actually,
I
I
think
guess
Allmark's playing pretty solid.
yeah, Allmark I think he's definitely their starter. And then you got I think in Toronto if they can get solid goaltending, I think they're better than them. So I think there's a lot of teams in the East that are going to dethrone them, and I think that they're going to have a pretty mediocre year. I think they're finally going to fall off the face of the earth a little bit. I don't think it's going to be as far of a fall. I think they're going to fall like 10
Like barely
feet,
miss the
maybe.
playoffs or
No,
make
I
the
don't think they're going
playoffs
to miss
gets
the playoffs.
bounced.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're going to fall like 10 feet. I think they're going to jump a story like off a building and then break a leg or a couple, like break both their legs. And that's going to be or like, no, one. They'll break one leg and they'll just kind of be like
Yeah,
limping
whatever.
around,
Yeah.
limping into the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah, one of mine was also the Lightning. So if they play the Panthers in the first round, they're making it to the second round, but that's about it.
Yeah. I hope that doesn't happen again. That would suck.
It would, but just not looking too hot right now. Maybe they'll start winning if they wear their reverse retros all the time. Who knows?
Oh, I think that might be worse.
Maybe that's Steven Stamkos' style. All right, who is your second and final team of this scary good and dreadfully bad?
It is the Minnesota Wild.
Hey, wow.
I mean, I don't think this is really up for debate.
Nope.
I don't know.
We
I
should
then
not be
have
right above the Coyotes.
well, no, but it is early. Um, I know that I didn't really like the thing is I think this team is still as can be as good as they were last year. Obviously their goaltending has been bad. They played horrible defense. Like I said, we look at Matt Zuccarello. They get in the penalty box way too much. Their power play has been insane though. This is the first game they haven't scored a power play goal in a game this season tonight. Um, their power play is that actually the best part of their team right now, which is literally the worst part of their team. So if that changes, I don't know if that's a better recipe for success. Because if they start sucking on 5-on-5, which is their game, they're fucked. Because the problem is with the Wild is that it seems they get in the penalty box way more than the other team.
Oh yeah.
And their penalty kill is subpar. So I'm scared. I don't think this team is as good as it was last year. We have a lot of new pieces. I really think that unless like I know that what's it called? Evison, he did change up the lines tonight, so they weren't the same. But I'm worried that if they go back to the old ones, that we're not gonna have a second line. Obviously, the grief line. I think that once Greenway gets back, I think that'll be better. I hope they put that line back together though when Greenway comes back because I think that line, the identity of it, and the way they work, I don't think it's as good without all three of them. So hopefully they can turn it around. I just don't know if they have that second line to take the pressure off Kaprizov and Zuccarello and Hartman. I know that's not the line that they had last time, but I think eventually they'll go back. Well, obviously Kaprizov and Zuccarello will never be replaced, so obviously that's the top line or changed. So I just don't know if they can they have enough in the tank somewhere else to take the pressure off them, especially if Fleury doesn't play good. That does not going to help. But if Fleury turns it around, I still don't know if they have enough outside of that line to do much.
We need to upgrade the defense is the biggest thing, but
I think you're talking defensemen?
is our offense just not playing defense that much, like our wingers and stuff, or is it like
I don't know.
are they
I don't know.
jumping?
I haven't watched enough games
because
because
jumping into
I
the
don't know.
rush too much.
I boycotted them for a little bit because I was like, I can't watch this. So I boycotted them until they won a game. They finally won a game. So then I still didn't watch it because I was busy doing something else. But their defensemen, I think I heard, is that they weren't getting involved in the play as much. So their offense was kind of being like lackluster. So then they were getting less opportunities in the offensive zone and putting more pressure on their defense. So this game, you saw a lot more skating, which is really key. If you can tell if a team is going to be good or not in a night, if they just stand around and don't skate. I don't know if you've never noticed that in games.
I don't think I have.
If you ever notice it, where you're just watching their teams, they're just like kind of staying in one place and not really skating to the puck as much. they're probably gonna have a really bad night. My dad says it all the time, and it's very noticeable. But I think that's one big thing is that their defense has to get involved in the offense more to alleviate the pressure off the defense. Because the thing is if your defense isn't involved as much with like the Kaprizov line, especially, they're going to be playing defense. And when they play defense, we're going to give up goals because they are a horrible defensive line. Especially when Hartman is the center on that line. Hartman is a horrible defensive center. So yeah.
Cool. I don't think we got much else.
I like it. You just have nothing to say.
I don't, because I don't pay that much attention to the Wild games. I just kind of watch it and like let it absorb into my brain, into my eyeballs.
All right, that was interesting.
It was, yeah. It's the opposite of watching TV shows.
Yeah, literally, that's fucking dumb.
Yep, I guess. Oh well. Good episode. A lot longer than I thought it would take, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, good
Well,
conversation.
yeah. Well, it's gonna do it for us here at Certified Beef. Have a spooky Halloween. And may you trick or treat. Peace.
I don't think that worked.